So, Star Wars Battlefront The Classic Collection has just received its first round of patches for consoles, and I was able to actually catch news of this last night when I was playing on my Nintendo Switch, and since then I decided to check out the update for myself, not only on the Switch, but also on PlayStation, which is going to be the whole reason why I actually make this video in the first place, because I wanted to see what has really changed and what problems are still really around here and all that. Now, before I do get started with this video, I do want to clarify a few things. So, first of all, I didn't really have that much of an issue with the first Battlefront game. The only one that really got under my skin with the first Battlefront game was the loading screen audio sound effect, where they changed the boop 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 sound effect. That one really just pretty much annoyed me the most. I had more issues with the second Battlefront than I did with the first one. And yes, they did release some patches for the second Battlefront game, but even then, man, like that's still not enough to redeem themselves. If the Aspire really wants the fan base to trust them again, they're gonna have to put their nose to the grindstone and really iron these problems out, man. But anyway, with that being said, let's get started with some of these issues and some of what problems they have fixed, right? So the first one is from the first Star Wars Battlefront game with the loading audio sound effect. The lazy developers over at Aspire finally put back the end game mission cutscenes for Rise of the Empire campaign.
The success of the mission on Megiddo was something of a revelation for the men of the 501st. Suddenly, we realized that the Jedi could be fooled. And if they could be fooled, they could be killed.
For Galactic Conquest in the second Battlefront, they finally made the selector visible so you know which bonus you're going to select for which battle. That's literally all I got for the second Battlefront. It's just that. That's the only patch that I personally noticed. I also been hearing a lot of rumors and reports how Aspire made the online multiplayer server slightly more stable, but at this rate, like I feel like it's too late for that because everyone has just already abandoned ship and they're just going back to the classic titles from 2004 and 2005. Well, I should have said original. That's my bad. But I think you folks understand what I'm trying to get at. Like I feel like it's already too late at this rate because people have gone back to the original titles from 2004 and 2005 and they have just pretty much abandoned all hope for this game already. And we haven't even gotten to all the other problems that are still present in this game. What about the annoying audio sound effect that occasionally spikes and annoy players' ears? And what about the other form of technical issues still present in this game? What about the notorious Naboo bug that is still present where your AI teammates get stuck in a corner? What about the audio victory sound effect for the end of the match in the second Battlefront? Now, of course, there are still multiple problems with this game, obviously, but these are some of the stuff that I personally have noticed when I played the game, just to check out the recent update. So, to answer the $1,000,000 question some of you folks are wondering, is this game been fixed? Is it actually the update that we've been desperately looking for? Absolutely not. There are still far more changes that are desperately needed in this game. I know a lot of people were really looking forward to playing this game again just to play online multiplayer against other people, but personally, I only rebought this game just for the single player aspect of the game and the split screen co-op because that's how I've played these classic titles growing up. I never really bothered with the online multiplayer. But still, even then, man, like there are a lot of people looking forward to online multiplayer and the fact that there are still issues with this game regarding online multiplayer as well, I still just I feel bad that people were essentially just let down with this game. Especially because, once again, the whole reason why anyone repurchased this game in the first place was because they wanted to play online multiplayer against other people. But even then, man, like, you still can't do that because the servers are just not stable enough. And again, it just makes me sad to see that so many people just had been lied to and just been taken advantage of with their nostalgia, just going down a trip down memory lane. But even then, man, like, if Aspire really wants to get their reputation rebuilt, they're gonna have to show it to us and prove it to us. Because as of now, this is just pathetic work at this rate. I know Aspire are still gonna be working on patches and all that, but even then, man, whether it be on PC or consoles, like, I feel like it's just too little too late. Like, the damage has already been done, and you're not going to be able to repair your reputation, especially when it comes to a massive title like this from 2005 and 2004. You all remember what happened with CD Project Red? Wow, I almost screwed that up. You remember what happened with the company CD Project Red with Cyberpunk 2077? That game was so bad, 1 week after the game's launch, it was removed from the PlayStation digital stores for a certain amount of time until CD Projekt Red fixed the game in a more appropriate state. And still, to this day, I'm still heavily criticizing and calling out CD Projekt Red for that. And to this day, Cyberpunk is the main reason why no one really pre-orders games anymore. And I feel like the Star Wars Battlefront Classic collection. Wow, I'm stuttering on my words. I feel like the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection is going to be another example of why nobody pre-orders video games anymore. This just makes me sad, man. But anyway, I figure I get on here and give you folks an update to this situation going on with Star Wars Battlefront. I know some of you folks are starting to get tired of this subject. I'm personally getting tired of it too, but all I'm doing is just trying to report on this news just to give you folks an update, because I know there are still some dedicated fans out there that are waiting for patches to come out for this game so they can play it again. But still, even then, man, like I've already said, Aspire has a lot of work ahead of them. So, with this being said, thank you everyone for watching and for listening. And until next time, I'm talking about the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection once again, and I'll see you all later.